All right, happy Tuesday, guys. I'm gonna go over some announcements before we get into that workout. So again, today at 1 o'clock, we got that express class, half an hour class, so make sure you guys sign up for that. That's there's an ID for that on our site. You can see that to jump on that Zoom workout. And today, I mean 5:45 in the evening if you have that time, guys. We'll have that regular class at that time, but then the regular schedule to continue on for the rest of the week there. Again, last announcement, final week of the nutrition challenge here, so almost wrapping up there. Let us know how the results are coming along, how you guys are doing there. And again, it's still not late to start. Again, you can always start at any time and get yourself going. It's a good opportunity to start yourself, start a nutrition challenge to get yourself back into that regime again. Other than that, guys, I'm going to pass it over to Eddie for the workout of the day.
We got a nice, heavy cardio workout today. Okay? So it's nice and heavy because these are the ones that maybe are a little bit tough during, but they make you feel good at the very end. I know from last week, those dumbbell snatches just got me. I'm looking forward to this one to kind of recover from and see how I do on those guys. The workout today, you have 4 rounds. Each round consists of 3 minutes of work, 2 minutes of rest. The 3-minute window, in that window, you're trying to get that run. And then whenever you're done that run, you come back, you grab your dumbbell, or you grab your object, you start snatching it away side to side as quick as you can, as violently as you can. Just get right on it, okay? Because you're working for 3 minutes, you want to bring that speed today to elevate that heart rate. So you're going into your anaerobic stage where you're breathing heavier. You'll recover in that 2 minutes, okay? So you want to push yourself 90% every 3-minute window at least, guys. With the weather we're having, it's really easy to bring that heart rate up. Okay, so start breathing right away. Start being mindful about your breathing. Okay, that run, see, can you complete it around 90 seconds? Depending where you're running, guys, it might be a little bit trickier. Okay, to give yourself about 90 seconds worth of snatches. If that's possible, then see, can you complete about, I'm gonna throw it out there, 40 to 50 per window per round. Okay? That's the challenge I'm putting out there, guys. Let's see how you do. Going for 4 rounds, 2-minute rest in between. Have fun with this one. Pass it back to Yash for the afterburner.
All right, guys, we're going to finish off with some ankle and shin strengthening here. So with the ankle strength, guys, we're going to go into that stretch. Make sure those ankles are nice and strong, especially after doing all that sprinting and that run, especially at the end there. And then 90 seconds of that shin roll-out. So you might feel a little bit tight in those shins. We'll roll them out. You guys can use a crossbar, or even if you have a foam roller, you guys can use that as well today, just as an active mobility for the legs today before you finish off and start tomorrow's one. We'll see you guys next for the warm-up.
Okay, let's get ready to warm up here. We're going to start off today's warm-up with the 90-90 hip rotation. So opening up the hips. Really, the 90-90 is to focus on your internal rotation and your external rotation in your hips. A lot of times, whether you're squatting, you're running, box jumping, anytime you're moving the legs, we're not necessarily moving effectively in our hips because the rotation in our femur, so your thigh bone, isn't necessarily recruiting all the correct muscles. What I'm trying to get at is your hip flexor, your psoas, to be specific, tends to get neglected. So this 90-90 really helps, guys, to open it up, loosen it up, and slowly start firing those smaller muscles. You start in your seated position, heels on the ground, guys. Knees are about 90 degrees. From here, notice how my hands are in line with my hips or slightly behind. You can play around with this. You're gonna drop your knees, okay? You drop your knees, and you feel maybe it's a stretch, whether it's on either leg, hang out there, hold it, okay? If you can't touch your knee to the floor, just gently try to push down as your body relaxes. Now it might be tricky to see, but my knees are actually about 90 degrees, both of them. That's where the name comes, the 90-90. From here, I'm going to rotate my knees to the other side without lifting my heels off the ground. So notice how I'm just rotating, but my heels did not change position, okay? So now I'm feeling a little tight here, so I can feel the stretch myself. So I have to reposition my hand. The key here is do not reposition your heels. It's really easy to like, yeah, I'm doing it, but you're actually not rotating through your hips when you're moving your feet. Okay, so you're gonna rotate in your hips, so this thigh for me is externally rotating as this one is internally rotating. So I'm feeling that rotation in my hips. Then I reverse the order. External rotation, internal rotation on the opposite side. The key here, guys, use this as a stretch. Feel the rotation in your hips. As you get more comfortable, come off the ground with your hands. See, can you not move your heels, but use that core to stabilize yourself. After you've done that, now let's get that heart rate going. Let's get those muscles fired up, guys. We're gonna go for 3 rounds, 30, 20, and 10. Alternating step up. So starting with 30, alternating step ups. You're gonna go up, step down, go up, step down. Trying to fire up the hamstrings and glutes on that one, okay? Stabilize your knee, so don't let your knee drop depending on how your object is. Watch for that, okay? Once you've completed the 30, then you're gonna go into your push-up position. So your high plank. From here, shoulders over your wrist. You're gonna bring your knee to the opposite side. Bring your knee to the opposite side. You're going for 30 mountain climbers, crossing your body, getting your core fired up, okay? From there, my last movement, going for some bent over flies. So I'm using these 10-pound plates here today. I'm gonna hinge at the hips, so lean forward by sneaking my bum back. From there, my back is flat, and then I'm going to squeeze my shoulder blades, bring it down. Squeeze my shoulder blades, bring it down. Do it until 30. As you squeeze your shoulder blades, don't roll forward. It's okay to bend the elbows slightly so you can maximize the usage of your upper back. If you have the flexibility in your bicep and your triceps and your back muscles, feel free to go straight, guys, but play around with it to make sure you get the most out of your back without lowering the plate down too much. So you're not doing this, okay? Trying to keep them in line to your shoulders. Once you've completed 30, you're gonna roll back onto your step up for 20, repeating your movement, working your way down on the last round, doing that final round of 10. Have a great warm-up. See you next in the workout. All right, so we're here for the workout movements, guys. 4 rounds, 400-meter run as a buy-in, and then we're going max effort dumbbell snatches within that 3-minute window. Once you're done that 3-minute window, and once it expires, you're resting 2 minutes. We're going fast. So for those dumbbell snatches today, we can start messing around with alternating those reps in the air. Again, you'll be able to do these with a dumbbell. Kettlebell might be a little bit more challenging, and I recommend you guys to do that on the floor instead of in the air. So quick tips or key points of that dumbbell snatch, guys. Make sure that weight is nice and parallel or perpendicular to your body. You reach down, keep that back and chest up tall. Drive hard through the legs. Elbows coming up. I'm going to land a quick little dip for that power position and then stand it up. If you feel strong enough and you're consistent, you can just go straight up by doing that muscle snatch as well. Whichever option works for you, as long as when you're picking up that dumbbell, keep that back just up tall. Kind of think about you're sitting in that squatting position. So once you're overhead, once you want to go to the opposite side, an easy way to do that, to start learning how to do that, is to bring that dumbbell to your shoulder first. Make sure it makes contact with that shoulder. Then we're going to pass it over to the opposite hand, then start our next rep. Same thing. Lower to the shoulder, quick toss to the opposite hand, then we're going to go into that next rep. If you do feel comfortable and you're okay with letting go of that dumbbell for a split second there, we can also, as we're bringing it down, getting close to that eye level, quickly drop it into that second hand and go into that next rep. That's another option today, guys, to really keep that intensity high, and I highly recommend you guys try to do this when you're doing your max effort
dumbbell snatches. Don't have a dumbbell, it's alright, you guys can still keep that intensity high. Again, switch at the bottom. Again, you're gonna have to think about that twist every time you come overhead, but still you can keep that intensity high by keeping that hand close so that you can quickly switch and grab and go to the next rep. So enjoy this one, guys, keep it nice and fast and earn those rests each time. We'll see you guys next for the afterburner. Alright guys, hope you enjoyed the run. I'm going to go into the afterburner just to stretch out those ankles and get them a little bit more loose. So we're going to start off with the ankle activation and strengthening here. So I'm going to get Jess to get her toes high as possible on the post. From here, she's going to bend her knee in towards the post. For 90 seconds, we're going to think about pushing your toes, for 10 seconds, we're going to think about pushing your toes down into the floor, so into the post, while picking up through the ankle. And then 10 seconds, think about trying to pull the toes up while you're in that stretch position. So when you're doing this, guys, your toes shouldn't actually lift off the post. You should be in that stretch position. We're really trying to focus on pushing your ankle down to the floor for 10 seconds, and then pulling your ankle up for 10 seconds. So once you've done this for 90 seconds on both sides, we're going to go into our shin rollout. So we're trying to roll out the outside of the shin. So you can use a lacrosse ball for this. First option is you guys can sit on the floor comfortably, stay on the outside of the shin, not on the bone, and then just rolling all the way down in that shin, starting from the top, just rolling all the way down into that ankle, trying to stay on that meaty part of the calf there and that shin, guys, not on the bone. You can take about 90 seconds on both sides, apply pressure if you find a little bit of a sticky point, hang out in that position. If you want more pressure, you're feeling a little bit dangerous, you can get on top of that lacrosse ball. So Jess is putting her weight on that lacrosse ball, and the same thing, she's going to roll forward. She's going to roll forward on that lacrosse ball as much as she can, and then same thing back again. That's the face that she's making that means it's feeling good. So play around with that, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed the workout, and we'll see you guys tomorrow.